for 5-10 minutes for the students to join?
Okay, you have to
Hello.
start now.
Hi, Aayushma. Yeah, sure. We can wait for 5 to 10 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
Or
Arushi, your voice is not coming to me. Ananya, am I audible?
yeah, sure. Yes, Aayushma, you are audible.
Okay.
Am I audible now?
Yes, Arushi, you are audible.
Okay. We're waiting for 5 to 10 minutes, right? Then we'll start.
Yes, Arushi.
Hello.
Okay,
Hello.
so I'll be starting with the session now. Hello, everyone. A very heartiest evening to all the tech enthusiasts watching us today. Welcome you all to Solution Challenge Week of Prep Day 4. I am Arushi Ratela, a team member at GDSC Banasthali Vidyapith, and I would be your host for the day. I would like to thank our lovely audience for eagerly waiting this session and joining us. We are super duper excited to see you all gathered here today. If this is indeed your very first time attending a GDSC event, I would like to take a quick minute to run you through it all. Google Developer Student Clubs are college communities run by students who encourage peers for building a collaborative environment that has the potential to generate solutions to real world problems. And GDSC Banasthali Vidyapith is one among them. So join our community platform today itself if you haven't already. Also, a heads up to all those who are present here today who wish to join GDSC Banasthali Vidyapith as a team member. Our recruitment drive is live and the application form for the same is accessible on a Linktree. The team will be dropping the link for the same in the chat box. Do apply. We wish to see all of you talented people join our team. Now, as all of you may be aware, the Google Solution Challenge 2022 has officially begun. And we at GDSC Banasthali Vidyapith are here with Solution Challenge Week of Prep, where all our invited Google experts will be imparting their knowledge of various Google technologies for you to use in your Solution Challenge projects. So, without further ado, let's dive right into the fourth day of the Solution Challenge Week of Prep. So, the agenda for the day is as follows. We would be getting started with Android. We would also be having an hands on workshop for the same with live coding. We will also be seeing the implementation of Android Dev in the Solution Challenge 2022. And with that being said, GDSC Banasthali Vidyapith takes immense pride in introducing our guest speaker for today's session, Miss Aayushma Agrawal, who is an Android developer at Lenskart.com. She is an active speaker and writer. She's also got a curious heart to explore new things and loves to contribute to communities in every way possible. We are super duper glad to have you with us today. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Arushi, for the lovely introduction. First of all, I would like to thank GDSC Club for inviting me, and I'm really happy to be here. And all the people who have joined, I can see a lot of chat section. Hi, Vanisha. Hi, Smriti. Hi, Sajanya, and everybody else who are joining and are still joining us. So I am Ayushma and I have total 6 years of experience and I work currently at Lenskart. So guys, I'll tell you the like when I was in college first year or second year, I used to have a lot of questions around technology or career, and I was not having the right guidance. What should be the roadmap and how should I proceed? So that is why the main purpose of coming here is that I can help you or guide you and contribute to your learning journey. So I promise you that if you stay till the end of the session and if you code along with me, then definitely by the end of the session, you will be able to make apps by yourself. And I'm sure you're going to do great in your solution challenge. So without any further ado, I will quickly share my screen. All of you can see my screen, right? Hello, Ananya. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. People, if you see in the first screen, there are few keywords if you notice. The first keyword is Kotlin, the second keyword is activities and XML, and the third keyword is Android Studio. So if you want to, I want all of you to note down these three keywords because if you know these three things, then you are good enough to get ahead and get started with your Android app development journey. And we have a special surprise for all of you that all these students who are going to be super active, are going to get a shout out from the GDSC members. So are you all excited? Uh, Guys, I can see your chat section. Keep up the momentum high in the chat section. Awesome. So I'll tell you today's agenda. So today, what we will be discussing, that how to design, the layout, that is using views and view groups, how to write logic for them, and the third very most important thing, how to navigate from one screen to another screen with the help of intents. So I'll quickly like to show you the app that we will be building today. So I'll take you to this pizza delivery application. So this is the home screen and it asks for my address. Say I put my address as Kormangla, Bangalore, and say I wanna eat veggie pizza and quantity as 2. Okay, so when I press on continue, it takes me to another screen and it displays all the details that I entered in the first screen. That is, your meal veggie pizza of quantity 2 will be delivered at Kormangla, Bangalore. Okay, so I would also like to show you some other features that we will be developing. For example, if you want to call customer care, so you can click on this call button and it takes you to the dialer where you can call the person. Okay, another such feature is, for example, you want to share what you're ordering. So you can click on the share button and you can share it with your friends using all the apps that you have on your phone. Similarly, if you want to WhatsApp somebody, this is going to open WhatsApp and you can even mail. So I have pre-filled the data over here, my email IDs, and this is the dummy text. So guys, are you excited to build this application? Awesome. Great, guys. Okay, so let's go ahead. So what are the prerequisites? I am hoping that most of you would have Android Studio installed by now. How many of you have Android Studio installed or are yet to install? Can you type yes or no in the chat section, please? Okay, even if you don't have Android Studio installed, it's okay. If you see the process today, maybe after this session, you can go back and try doing that. We'll be discussing very practical approaches and in a very simple manner. So let's understand the basics first. So this is a screenshot of the Zomato app that I have put over here. So guys, when I say that, when you see any screen of any application, right, what do you see here? You see there is a design, correct? You see there are some images over here. Then there is some text, eat what makes you happy. Then again, there is some text with an image showing the curry photo. So how do we design something like this? So I will tell you that all these things, right, eat what makes you happy. This is a title or a header. So if you want to design this in your application, you have to use a view that is called text view. I will show you in the Android Studio also. So for example, here are some images. Now, if you want to put images in your application, you have to put image view. Okay. So there are different views. We will cover each of them. Okay. So what is a design? For now, I just want you to understand that the different views kept together in a proper format, that is called a design, right? So this page is a design which is comprising of different kinds of view. It is having a text view, it is having multiple image views, etc. Okay, now let's understand what are views. For example, if we see a screen that is asking the address of the user, so it is asking me my first name and last name, correct? So when you want some input from the user, right? So in that case, you will use edit text. I will just show you in the Android Studio where is it, so that it becomes easy for you. So for example, I go to this XML and I want to say use text view to display my header. If I want to use take input from my user, then I would use this plain text. Okay. Yeah, like I said earlier, for using this images, we will use image view. Okay, which is over here, image view. We can just drag and drop it over here. I'll take the avatar. Okay, and I got my image view. So yeah, one more thing. For example, when we click on the continue button, right? So some action gets performed. We move to another screen or a dialog opens. So whenever you want to perform a click action, you have to take the view button. Okay. So if I brief you, what is edit text? You use edit text when you want to take input from user. When do you use text view? When you want to display a title or heading or any information. When do you use image view to display images, and button to perform any action? So these are very basic views that I have kept over here. There are lots of views that you can use as you go ahead with your practice. Okay, so guys, can you type in the chat boxes? This is a quick quiz. What do you think this A is? The welcome. Is it a text view? It's edit text? It's a button? What is it? You can make a wild guess. It's okay. Okay. Guys, I'll show you the different kinds of views. Okay. So say there is a gender, and here it's asking for, you can select either of the one option. So these are the different types of views. We will see each of them. Yeah, Sargam, you are right. It's text view. Yeah, Diksha, you're right. It's text view. So can you guys guess what is this? D. What is D? Awesome, Smriti. Great, Manisha. Yeah, you are all right. It's text view. This A is text view. Can you guess what is C, D, and D over here? Yeah, Sargam. Since we are simply displaying the text, we'll use no. So Arushi, button you're saying for which one? Yeah, C is button. If you mean this, it's right. Yeah, right, Sargam. D is radio button. And anyone want to quickly guess what is E? So I'll tell guys. Okay, we'll see. So you all were right. A was text view. Yeah, all of you are right. B is edit text because you are taking input from user. This is image button because this is the image also. And on click of this, we are also performing an action. So I have taken an image button. Now this is a radio button. When you want that user should select only one option. And this is a button. So we already discussed this. Now let's understand. Yeah, Sargam. So let's understand now what are view groups. So guys, for example, when I give you a pile of clothes, you can arrange it in a different manner. You can arrange it in a horizontal manner. Uh, we will uh, we will wait. I think there is some lag in the YouTube. Yeah. So guys, I was saying when you are given a stack of clothes, you can arrange it in a horizontal manner or you can arrange it in a vertical manner. So similarly, consider these clothes are your views, okay? And in a screen, you want to align them horizontally or vertically. So in that case, you would use linear layout, okay? For example, these are some students and you want to make them seated next to each other. Okay, so you say, hey, Aman, sit to the left of Rohan. So how are you aligning these two students? relative to each other. Okay, so in that case, when you align the views relative to each other, you can either use relative layout or constant layout. So I'll say that constant layout is best in the case when your screen becomes too large and you want to avoid nesting. But for now, I would say you should begin with linear layout and relative layout. That is also good. Okay, so these are some of the other layout, guys. Frame layout, constant layout. We will see some of these examples today. So with this, we have covered our first agenda, that is learning design. When we will code, you will understand how to code it. So is everything clear so far? Views and view groups. Guys, can you please type in the comment section if it's clear to you? Okay, great. Okay, awesome. Um, okay, next we will understand what a screen is. Now you have understood what are views and what are view groups. Okay. So, so if I show this screen to any normal human, okay, a non-tech person, what they would say me, hey, this is a single screen application. But if I show this to any Android developer, they would say that, hey, this is an application with single activity. Okay, so I'll tell you what does this mean. Any screen, right? Any screen that you see in an application, it is comprised of two things. First is activity and another is XML. So the XML contains the design part and the activity contains the logic part. If it is getting overwhelming, guys, don't worry. When you will code, you will understand all of them. Okay, so let's go to Android Studio and quickly understand the basics of that. Okay, so when we open Android Studio, if I close all of this, you see that there are some folders. One is manifest, one is Java folder, then there is some RES folder. Now, for a beginner, it's like, what is all this? So I'll quickly explain the major components. So first comes Android manifest activity. Okay. Guys, if you have used any gallery application first time, the application asks you for the camera permission, correct? So how does that happen? We write it over here, the camera permission, like uses permission camera. So when I write this, my application will ask for camera permission from the user. And where do we define the application name? We define it over here. The application icon, we define it over here. And all the activities also we define in the manifest. Okay, so manifest is like the one of the major component. Now we were talking about the XML. Okay, so this is the XML, guys, where you will do our designing. Whatever you are going to put over here or drag and drop, you will see the code over here. Next comes the Java folder, okay, where we will put our Kotlin activities and the other logic inside the Java folder. And then there are other important things like this, but we will see that as we proceed. Okay, I'll increase the font size. Is it better now? Okay. So is the structure clear, guys, or is there any doubt? We will wait for 1 minute. Okay. So the major components are the views that we will see, layout, resources, that is assets folder, drawable is where we keep all of our images, okay, and manifest like we discussed to declare our activities, permissions, services, app name, etc. Okay, great. Okay. So guys, how many of you are clear on Kotlin, or do you want me to do a brief on Kotlin before we start doing now we will start the live coding. So before that, do you want to have a recap of Kotlin? I request all of you to create your own application so that you can code along with me. You can go to Android Studio, go to File, and click on New Project. Okay, choose Empty Activity over here and click Next. On this, you can put the name of your application, whatever you want, pizza or anything. Okay, and give the package name. You can give it anything again, and just click on Finish. Folks, let me know in the chat section when your Android Studio is set up. Meanwhile, we'll do a quick quiz on Kotlin so that you will understand when I write the activity part. Great, Deep, you have some experience. Good to know that. So can you, all of you, please set up your Android Studio quickly? Like make a new project and we will start coding. So guys, like what is var and val? I hope all of you know that. So before that, I would like to know like how many of you know Kotlin and how many of you know Java or C++ and are new to Kotlin. Okay, Java, okay. What about others? So don't worry guys, if you know Java, you can even code in Java. Okay, great, Ananya. It's okay, guys, even if I code in Kotlin today, you can code in Java. It's okay. New to Kotlin. Okay, most of you are new to Kotlin. Okay, so we will try to code in Java today then, so that all of you understand. By the way, if you know Java, I will quickly summarize for you. So, for example, when you declare a variable in Java, you define it using int or you define it using string. So, in Kotlin, you don't have to specify int, long, string. You can just use var or val. So, when you use var, it's like you can change the variable, but val is like you cannot change once you define it. It's like final, you can say. Okay. Similarly, if you see fun and you would wonder what is it, this is like you would write void there. So it's just like that. And for example, we used to define the return type on the left hand side. Here we do it on the right hand side. There are very minor differences. And if you specify unit, it means void, that is you don't want to return anything. Okay guys, so we will try to code in Java itself. So first I will go ahead and I will start coding in the XML file. So like we said, what we will be designing, I'll show you again. So this is the screen that we are going to design, correct? So what all it contains? It contains 3 edit texts, right? Because we are taking 3 inputs from user, so I will design 3 edit texts and I will design a button. Okay. So for now, I am making this constraint layout to linear layout. Okay. And I will delete all of this. All of you who have your Android Studio installed, you can code along with me. And since I want to place them vertically, I would specify the orientation as vertical over here. Okay. Now I want to put my first edit text. So I will put edit text, and it's asking me what should be the width of it. Okay. So I want it to be full size. I want it to be full size. So I will give it the match parent. But height, I want that it should not take the full height, but whatever should is the preferable height. So I will give the wrap content over here. Okay. Now I want that what it should display when user has not entered anything, it should show a hint to the user that what he should enter. So I will put a hint, and I will put as address. Okay. What else I have to put? Now I will give an ID. So what is the ID? You can think like, if in a class there are 10 students, how do we uniquely identify each student? We identify them using their names, right? So you can think that ID is like the name for this edit text. So say I can give any name over here. For understanding, I would give it address edit text. Okay. Similarly, I will just copy paste this. I will just change the hint. Hint I will put as Vana each, and I will give ID. I will change that ID also. I will put it as Vana each. And you can whatever you are drawing, you can also see over here. Okay. I will give some margin start and margin end to it, that it looks little good. And we'll give margin end. That's again 16 dp. You can give any number, guys. I'm just giving some standard number. So we have our 2 edit texts. Now, let's take the quantity. So for quantity, I will make another edit text. Width again match parent. Height as wrap content. And you can take the hint as quantity. And I'll give ID as quantity edit text. Okay. Now, there is another thing. In quantity, we cannot enter alphabets, right? It has to be just number. So there is another attribute that's called as input type. Here you can see different options are coming up: text, number, date, date time. So I want just number. So I will put number over here, and I will close this. Okay, and I want a button now, a continue button. So I will make a continue button. Width will be match parent, height is wrap content. Okay. And yeah, I will give text to it, say continue. Okay. And I'll give a ID to it. Let's say continue button. Okay, so my layout is ready now. These are different views, guys. This edit text and this button, these are different views, and you see I have aligned all of them vertically. So how I have aligned them? uh, I have kept all of them inside a linear layout, that is like a container. So in terms of Android, we call it as a view group. Is it clear, guys? View group and how to design this. We'll wait for few seconds till all of you set it up. Okay, so all of you have written your XML. Awesome, Preeti, SHI. How do you pronounce it? This. I hope it's clear to all of you. Okay, so our XML is ready. Great, Ananya, Anushka. So our XML is ready now. So now I have to go ahead and write the logic for it, right? Whatever user enters over here, and when user presses the continue button, it should move to another screen. So I will go and write my logic now. Okay. So I already have by default main activity. I go over here, and guys, mine is Kotlin file. It's okay if you're comfortable with Java. You can do in Java also. It's okay. So I will here create my, okay, I'll create 3 variables. Wait. Okay. So I have how many views? I have 3 edit text, right? So I will make 3 edit text over here. Okay. Private, well, address edit text. Just like you do in Java, I'm doing in Kotlin. So that address edit text, and then I will take, this is wanna eat edit text. So guys, I use the shortcut over here, Control D. So what it does is it just copy paste the first line into the next one. Wanna eat edit text, and the third one is quantity edit text. Okay. Now I will initialize all of them in the onCreate method. So address edit text is equals to find view by ID r.id dot address edit text. What is it saying error to me? Val cannot be reassigned, and it's giving me a hint that change to var. So I will change it to var. Okay. So now I will do it for other edit text also. Wanna edit text is equals to find view by ID r.id dot wanna eat edit text. Okay. And similarly for quantity edit text is equals to find view by ID r.id dot um r.id dot it's quantity edit text. Okay, great. It's again giving me error. Change to var. I've done this. So similarly, I have to now make a button also, right? So I will make a button. Private var continue button. And again, I will do the same thing for this. We are initializing it r.id dot continue button. Okay. Now, what do we want to do is, when we click on continue button, we want to move to the next screen. Okay. So you can either, override this method public void on click method that comes, or you can directly put a set on click listener over here, like continue button dot set on click listener. Again, it's giving me some error. Smart cast to button is impossible. Okay, in Kotlin, I have to put like this. Now I have to move to another screen. So till now, guys, is it clear, or any of you are having any doubt? We'll wait and we'll wait for any questions if you have. Guys, is it clear till now? Okay, great. Okay, so we'll move ahead. So I want to, before using, I will make the another screen, right? Like I showed you. Wait, I'll tell you. So if I click on continue, I am moving to another screen, okay? So this new screen consists of one text view, okay? So I will design that new activity and new XML. So I will first go to the layout, right click, new, layout resource file, and let's say give it any name, activity details or activity delivery. Okay, I go ahead and create that. Again, by default, it gives me constant layout, but for now, I'll keep linear layout. And I will just put a text view over here because you can see there is just one text view that I want to display. So this text view and width will be again match parent because I want to cover the entire width, and height will be wrap content, and ID I will give as, delivery details. Delivery details TV. Okay. So now the text here is dynamic, correct? The text here is dynamic because this quantity 2 and core mangla, all of these things are coming from the previous screen. So I will put a tools text over here. That is the dummy text I will put. Hey, I'll just put hey for now. It's giving me a red error. So if I click alt enter, it has imported XML as true and the error has gone. Okay, cool. So now let's go ahead and make the delivery activity. So for now, I'm making Kotlin class or file. If you are not aware, you can go ahead and create Java class. It's completely okay. So I will create a delivery activity. Okay, and I have to extend it with app compact activity. I will just copy paste the on create method. Okay, now delivery activity will be attached to the delivery XML. So I will change the name of the XML to activity delivery. I will zoom it. I hope it's clear. Okay. Now on click of the continue button, I want to move to delivery activity. So I will show you how to do that. I will write val intent is equals to intent. Let me write, guys. I will explain you the meaning of this line. This comma delivery activity class.java. Okay, and I will do start activity intent. Okay. So guys, what are we trying to do here? We are saying on click of continue button, okay, I have used some new keyword over here that's called intent. So I will like to explain you what a intent is. This is a predefined class in Android that helps you to move from one activity to another activity, and even you can pass data from one activity to another activity. Like we saw over here, we are passing whatever you are entering over here. Say I just I say core Bangalore. So you see that my address got changed over here. So whatever I'm entering in my first activity, the same data is getting passed to the another activity. Okay, so we will see how we can do that. For that, you will use intent, and the first parameter that it takes is this, that is the from which class to which class. So the first parameter is the current activity context, and the next component is the name of the destination activity. So my destination activity is delivery activity, so I will specify the name of delivery activity, and you have to write just one line, start activity intent, that's it. So guys, if I run my application, right, I will show you. uh, Let me just close it. It's running. Okay, it's giving some error to me. What is it saying? Android requires Java 11 to run. Okay, so I will go to Android Studio Preferences. I have to change it to 11. Apply and okay. It's updating. 1 second. I will run it again. So the name of my application is, I'll show you in the manifest. The name is Pizza with 5 A's, 6 A's. Did you all understand till now whatever we have done? Guys, it will take some time to run. Just give it a moment. Great, Preeti. So how many of you are coding along with me? I want to know. Preeti, Ananya, Smriti, Dev, how many of you are coding along with me? It's taking a little longer. Okay, no problem. Let it run. We will do other things for now. Okay, so now let's say I will go ahead and let me close this extra thing. Guys, if you have any questions, meanwhile it's running, we can take your questions. Any questions, folks, that you want to ask, you can put it in the chat section. Okay, guys, so we'll code ahead. I think Android Studio, it's taking a little bit of time. So when I see right now, I'm not doing anything. I have just defined the destination and I'm starting it. For example, now I want to pass this value also, correct? I want to pass the value of address, of value of all this thing. So I will tell you how do we do that. So intent gives us some methods like put extra method. See, already the suggestions have come up, and so it's like a key value pair. Okay, I will tell you, like you do it in a hash map in Java. This is also like a key and value pair. So say I want to pass address. So address I will pass, and I will give the value of it. Address edit text dot text dot toString. Okay, what is it saying? Okay, so I will pass address, and similarly I will pass other things to it. I will pass wanna eat. What does the user wanna eat? Wanna edit text. Okay, finally it finished in 4 minutes. Awesome. So it's installing. Okay, so we have our output here. We have made address. Say I put what? Okay, I put as Bangalore. Okay, what do I wanna eat? I wanna eat macaroni, and quantity I want to eat as 4. Okay, and say I press continue button. So I think our app crashed for now. We'll see if there is any error. Wait. Pizza. So if you see quantity when I type, it's opening a keypad with just number. So that is because we have specified the input type as number over there. Okay, our application is crashing. We will see what's the issue. It's not giving me exception. Okay, we are unable to find. Oh, okay. So this is a very common exception that most of you are going to get. That is unable to find explicit activity class delivery. It is telling me, have you declared this activity in your manifest file? So obviously I forgot to define it. So I will go ahead, and you have to define it. Every activity that you create new, you have to define it in the manifest file. That's it, guys. Now we'll run it again. I'll comment this 2 line for now. It's running. Okay. So I will again put my address over here. Say Bangalore. I'm spelling wrong. And I wanna eat Mexican pizza. And quantity I want to eat is 2. Okay. I click on continue. So guys, you see my application did not crash this time, but it is showing now a blank screen. Okay. So I will tell you why. Because we have we have just done the delivery activity, and we have just done start activity. We are not passing any data to show. So I will now uncomment these 2 lines. Okay, command ltel. And now I am passing it. I am just fetching it. I will use a shortcut command D over here, and I will put quantity. and I will change it to quantity edit text. Okay, so now you have passed it. Okay, यहाँ से तुमने बॉल फेंक दी या पैकेट फेंक दिया जिसमें सारा डेटा है, but now in the destination activity you also have to fetch it, right? Whatever you are sending from there, you have to fetch it over here. So we will see how do we fetch it. So say you can do val bundle, you can name it anything, and you will do your intent dot extras. Okay, now to get the address, I will just say bundle dot get. It's giving me suggestions. I want to get string. Okay, now guys, what you have to put the same key with which you have sent. So if you have put your address, you have to fetch it using address. So I'll copy it and I will put address over here. Similarly, I want to fetch wanna eat food is equals to again bundle dot get string. Okay, what is the name of the key? Think of it as a lock and key. Okay, if you have logged the address information using this key, you have to open it or extract the information using the same key. Similarly, wanna eat food is in which key? It's in wanna eat key. So you have to use the same key to extract that information. Similarly, for quantity, we will do val quantity is equals to bundle dot get. Now it's an integer, so I will do bundle dot get int, and it's then what is the name of it? Its name is quantity. Okay, so I have got it. Now I have one text view of my, that is delivery details TV. I will just quickly declare it over here. Val delivery details TV text view equals to null. I would have specified it late in it, but since all of you are new to Kotlin, I will just put it null for now. And I will declare your delivery TV details find view by ID dot ID dot delivery details. It has already given me suggestion. Yeah. So now I want to display all this information in this text view. So how do we do in Kotlin is dot text is equals to, I'll put like this. I want to order, I will put wanna eat food at my address of quantity. So guys, this is Kotlin. Don't worry if you don't know these things. This is in Kotlin. It's very easy. When I say dollar this, so it will, it is taking this variable's value and it will replace. Just like in Java, you use plus, right? You would have used plus over here to separate the string and the value. So here I have used dollar. Okay, it's giving me some error over here. What is it? What happened? Okay, so now it's perfect. I have displayed. Let's run our application. Okay, it has run. Okay, so now I will put my address as say Sony Signal, and I wanna eat again Mexican bread. I will put quantity as 3. I continue. Now you can see that we got our output as I want to order Mexican bread at my address Sony Signal of quantity 0. Okay, so quantity value did not come. Why can that be? We will check that. Is the key name not same? Okay, I think we have to do it as get string. But is it clear to you, all of you, whatever we have done so far? Or if there is any question, we will pause and take those questions first. Our application has run. I'll put some signal, garlic bread, quantity 3. Okay, now it has come. So, guys, is it clear to all of you, whatever we have done so far? Okay, great, Panisha. Great, Preeti. What about others? So let's jump to slide for a second and see what all we have covered. So like it's saying navigation between screens using intent. Okay. So this is the application that we are building. Intent carries data to next screen. This is activity number 1 and this is activity 2. That is what we just built right now. So what is the intent? It is a messaging object you can use to request an action from another app component. Don't go into too much definition. Like it can be used to start a new activity, start a new service, and deliver a broadcast. If these terms are new to you, don't worry. We can learn step by step. For now, we have seen how to start a new activity and pass data to it. So there are two types of intent, guys. One is explicit intent and one is implicit intent. Okay. So what is explicit intent? We have already seen that when you know the name of the destination activity, you use explicit intent. What does it mean is that here I was knowing what is the name, that what is the destination activity name. It's delivery activity. So this is the example of explicit intent. We will take another 5 minutes and we will see how do we what is yeah, so this is the same code that we have put. Delivery details, so this is the name of the component or destination activity, and like it is showing you, it is passing the data from one activity to another in the form of key and value pair. So the first parameter is the key name that has to be unique, and the second is the value, okay, that you want to pass. It's just like the hash map in Java. We will see now what is implicit intent. Okay, so all those examples that we have seen earlier, right? I will open that another application, this pizza delivery that I have. For example, when I click on call button, right, this dialer is not part of my application. It's not part of my pizza delivery application. This is taking me outside of my application. So this is the example of implicit intent. So we will see how do we code. Similarly, if I click on Gmail and I click again, choose Gmail application, so it takes me to Gmail app. So this Gmail app is not the part of my pizza delivery application. It is some external application that is opening. So we will see how to open some other app from our own application. Okay. So I will go back to my activity main, and here I will create another button. Okay. I will create a call button. A button. I will give the width again as match parent, height as wrap content, and I will give text as call customer care. Okay, and again you have to give name to it. That is, we can define the ID to it. I will give call now button. Okay, now I will go back to my main activity I will also define some margin, guys, so that it looks good. Margin top as 16 dp. Okay. I go back to my main activity. Now I will declare that call now button. Private where call now button. You can give any name. I'm just giving it some meaningful name for you to understand. Okay. I will format it using the shortcut command alt L. Now I'll put a click listener on it. What do I want to do when it is clicked? Dot set on click listener. I forgot to initialize it. We have to initialize it. Find view by ID. R.id dot call now button. Great. Now I'll just write the code first. Say we can give any name to it. I'm giving it call intent. Okay. Guys, are you following till now whatever we are doing? Call intent. And I will just define intent. So guys, here I sorry, I don't know the name of my destination activity. So I will leave this as blank. Okay. And in implicit intent, I'll tell you there are a few components. Okay. There is, when you don't know the name of the destination activity, you have to specify some other information like what is the action that you want to perform. You want to perform a call right now. Okay. So first thing is the action. So I will define the action over here. Call intent dot set action and intent dot see, I'm getting list of all the action. So right now I want to call somebody, so I will use action dial. Okay. What is the next thing? The next thing is the data thing. Okay. So I will define the data. Call intent, sorry, call intent dot set data, and you have to specify a URI. I will tell you what is the meaning of URI. Don't worry about that. URI dot parts, and we have to specify. So this is the format when you want to call somebody. So let's put a number of some customer care, say 9999. Okay, that's it. And I will just do start. So here you will just do like we did start activity call intent. Okay. So category is not compulsory. If you leave it blank, that is also okay. But you have to definitely specify action and the data. Let me run it and then I will explain you. Guys, is it interesting for all of you? Are you enjoying it? Please type in the chat section. If you have any queries, we can also discuss that. Okay, it has run. Guys, can you type in the chat section if it's clear to you? Great, Smriti. What about others? So see, now I have got the call customer care button. Let me click this. So now it's taking me to the dialer, and whatever number you type over there, right? It has come over here. Great to know, Preeti. Great. Okay. So this is the implicit intent, guide. So what is the difference between both of them? See, in explicit intent, you had to define the name of the destination activity, which was present inside your application. But here, you don't know the name of the destination activity. You just know that you want to know the dialer. So you will specify the action as hey, I want to perform a action dial. Okay, and obviously whom do you want to call? You have to specify that data also. So you will specify the data. Now you would be wondering what is URI. Okay, so I'll tell you, just na internet mein there is in internet or anywhere, like digitally you want to uh, locate somebody. So physically how do we locate somebody? We locate somebody through their name. For example, if somebody wants to reach Ayushma, they will come to my city, and if they will just say Ayushma, it will be difficult for them. So they will also need to have the address. Okay, so they will use both address and the name to locate me. So similarly, this is the example of address. So when you want to find somebody on the internet, on the web, you would use http. Okay, here you would use http. For example, here I want to do a telephone operation, that's why I've written tel. For example, if you want to write something of WhatsApp, you will do here api.whatsapp.com. So guys, I will stop over here, and I want that all of you to take a assignment. Say you make two buttons over here. One is WhatsApp button and one share button. And on click of that, just open WhatsApp. Will you all do and come back to me that yes, you have tried it? If you, I know you would not knowing the solution, and it's completely okay. That's what I want to tell you, that you can Google it, but I want all of you to try that, like how to put navigate user to WhatsApp. So with this, we have understood what is action. If you want to send an email or do some other operation, you will change the action. And like we say, what extras, here you saw when we wanted to pass data, we have used put extra. Similarly, if here also you want to pass more data, you can use put extra, guys. Okay, yeah. So these are some examples of other actions, like action view, action send, like we saw the share button. So I want you to try this. So with this, guys, we have covered our three agendas: learning how to make an XML using views and view groups, how to write the logic, and how to navigate from one screen to another screen using intents. And we have covered both implicit intents and explicit intents. So these are some of the roadmap. I will be anyway sharing the slides with you, so you can refer that. And these are some of the references. I will put more references if you want. And yeah, guys, you can reach out to me over LinkedIn or Twitter or you can even email me with all of your questions. Now will be open for any questions if you have. Interesting to see. We have Aayushma Sharma over here. Hi everybody. So we are open for questions now. If you have any questions, like please feel free to ask your questions. Thanks so much, Preeti. Ananya, do you want me to continue, or do you want to take over the screen share? Thanks,
Please.
Sandhya. Thanks so much.
Without a doubt, that was an incredibly insightful session for our audience. Pretty sure we've got increasing numbers of Android enthusiasts in the audience now. Thank you, ma'am. We've got a few questions we'd like for you to tackle.
Yeah.
So the first question for you is, for somebody who has gone into the field of Android, they've explored it, they have been meaning to ask, why is it not possible to run the standard Java bytecode on Android?
We can definitely run by standard Java. Like you mean that if they are writing code in Java, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was the question, right, Ananya? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So I was saying that if you, for example, if you are just beginners and you don't know Kotlin, you can still write everything in Java and still run it. It will work perfectly fine. In fact, I will tell you that there are so many companies out there who is having their code in Java itself. But recently, Google has announced Kotlin as their official language. That is why people have started moving to Kotlin now. But you need to have knowledge of Java. So if you know Java, it's more than enough. Like go ahead and write in Java. And I will also like to show you one thing. For example, I create a Java file over here. Okay, like say I create a Java class. I name it anything like details activity. I will write everything in Java. Okay, like extends activity. Okay, say I write this and I'll just write public void on create method, whatever. So now I say want to, wrote this code whatever I want to write. So even Android Studio has given an automatic option over here to convert it into Kotlin directly. Like you don't have to do any hard work. See, I will write some more things so that it's clear for you. Say int a is equals to 5 and okay, string b is equals to dummy. Okay, now say I want to convert it into Kotlin. So I will just right click and I will do convert Java to Kotlin. Yes. So see, it has converted my Java code to Kotlin. Okay. So you don't need to worry if you don't know Kotlin. I would say begin with Java, write in Java, and then you can, learn Kotlin later. Or if you want, you can directly convert your Java file to Kotlin like this also using the shortcut. So no problem.
Okay, ma'am. Moving on to the next question, we would like to ask, in terms of Android, is serializable approach better than parcelable one, or is it vice versa?
Okay. So parcelable is more Android specific, Ananya, and for all of you, because serialization internally uses some concept of reflection, which is again having its own advantages and disadvantages. So for Android, I would say you should definitely use parcelization. Did that answer your question, Ananya?
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm.
Ma'am, the last question for the day is,
Hmm.
our audience would love to know about your Android journey. How did you get into it? What was your motivation behind getting started with Android?
Okay, sure. Before that, I think we have a question. Malika Shri is asking if we don't have Android Studio now and we try later, can we contact you in Twitter? Sure, Malika Shri and all of you. You can contact me over Twitter, over LinkedIn, over email. No problem. Anytime. I'll be there. Okay. So coming back to your question, Ananya, my Android journey. So I was in like second or third year, just like all of you, and we were having all these subjects, and I even tried SQL, I tried Java, and then I tried so many other languages, but I was not understanding that is it of my interest or not. So one day, luckily I landed in some Android workshop, and the professor over there, right, just like I wrote this few lines of code, he wrote just 4 5 lines of code, and he just pressed the run button, and the output was directly on the phone. And I'm talking of 4 or 5 years back, in fact 6 7 years back, when Android phones were very new. I was so amazed by this, thing that whatever you write, you can immediately see that output on the phone. So that was the first time that triggered me, hey, this is a something of my interest. So that's how my Android journey began. And after that, I created my own application and I uploaded it to the Play Store, which was the college TechFest application, which was downloaded, like having 500 plus downloads. And that when people were giving me feedback, both good and bad, so that gave me a major confidence that hey, I can do something, I can even do better. And then I started my journey with Mindtree. I worked there with lots of clients, mostly international clients. And yeah, then I moved to Slice and then to Lenskart. So yeah, that was my journey.
That was absolutely incredible, ma'am.
Thanks.
Uh, Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing your invaluable knowledge with us and for committing to this session.
Yeah, it's all my pleasure, Nanya. Thanks all of you who joined, and I hope all of you make your first application, make lots of Android application in solution challenge, and I hope whatever you learn today will be useful for all of you.
Absolutely, ma'am. All
Yeah.
right, folks. Here we come to the end of the day 4 of Solution Challenge Week of Prep. GDSC Banasthali Vidyapith feels immensely excited to share that on 8th March, we're going to conduct the fifth session for the week of prep. So I'd like to ask all of you to stay tuned with our social media handles for all the updates. All the links have been provided in the description below. Thank you everyone for joining us today. We wish to see the same zeal and enthusiasm for the upcoming speaker sessions as well. See you there, everyone. Happy coding.
Thank you. Bye.